What's up everyone, and welcome back to another What If video. Last time, we were at the beginning of the Buu Saga. The tournament was pretty much rigged since it consisted mostly of the Z Fighters and their friends, but the events here went pretty routine actually. Spopovich and Yamu came in and did their thing, and now the group has chased them down with some extra members. Tien, Lapis, which is Android 17's human name and the name he goes by in this scenario, and of course, Cell. They first encountered Deborah, with Cell taking care of the Demon King pretty easily. Now, they head into Babidi's ship, ready to stop his plan. Let's pick up from here. After the relatively easy defeat of Deborah, the group is perfectly intact. Krillin and Piccolo aren't statues, and Kibito is alive, so they're way better off than the original story. First, the group faces Pui Pui, who takes no effort to defeat. It goes pretty much as quickly as it did normally. Next, we have Yakon, and he's fodder as well. The group descends into the next floor, and there's no one there. Babidi is freaking out, and they've reached the floor that he's supposed to be on, with all of his other fighters having been defeated. And on top of that, he really needs some more energy. Wait a second, he gets an idea. Maybe he could just possess someone. Yeah, no chance. Babidi desperately searches for different people that he can take under his control. The top choices obviously would be Cell, Lapis, and Vegeta, but really, there's nothing he could do to them. Since Goku is alive, Vegeta is content and has no need to willingly be possessed. As for Cell and Lapis, all malice was removed from them, and Babidi has no way to reverse it. Had this been the original Cell, it may have worked, but since this Cell was born as a good guy, he can't really do anything, and pretty much the same thing goes for Lapis. Eventually, the Z Fighters go and find Babidi, and are able to kill him pretty easily. Shin and Kibito are really relieved, and now they could just go and get rid of Buu's egg and not have to worry about him anymore. Shin thanks everyone for their help, and tells everyone that he'll have Beerus dispose of the egg. Besides Vegeta, this is the first time anyone's actually hearing of Beerus, but they'll have to wait to actually meet him. The prospect of an ultra-powerful god enthuses Goku and Cell, with Vegeta being a bit concerned about him being brought up again, having remembering him from the past. Beerus is still asleep, and once he's awake, Shin will have him dispose of the egg. Well, that's pretty much it for the Buu Saga, I guess. Or lack thereof of the Buu Saga. There's no real point in even calling it the Buu Saga since there was no Buu to begin with. It was a lot easier to take care of Buu than Shin and Kibito expected. Having Cell there was really helpful, since he killed Deborah, which means they had no trouble fighting Babidi and his minions. Also, Goku having been alive means no Majin Vegeta, so it all went pretty well. Babidi couldn't get enough energy to awaken Buu, and that led to his defeat. Peace is restored, and the group lives pretty normally for the next few years. Goku, Vegeta, and Cell keep training, with Gohan falling a bit behind but doing some occasional training. Of course, Lapis is back on his island doing his usual training, which is stopping poachers. Unlike Android 17 in the original story though, Lapis actually keeps in touch with the group and is around sometimes. Goku and Cell were both intrigued when hearing about Beerus. After learning more from Vegeta, well at least as much as Vegeta knew, it got them more motivated to train. Not much interesting happens from this training though. Goku and Vegeta end up discovering Super Saiyan 3, and they think it's cool at first, but then they both realize that the form is useless after feeling the stamina drain. They don't pursue any further training with the form, because while the form is powerful, the stamina loss is a terrible drawback and it's not really viable in actual fighting. They'll just continue working on Super Saiyan 2 instead. Cell doesn't get anything new either in terms of forms, but he does still get stronger. Yep, no Golden Kaioken Cell or whatever I did in that one What If. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about that. Jokes aside, the three of them are relatively on par, with Goku and Vegeta being pretty much as strong as they were in canon thanks to the constant training with each other and Cell. It becomes a lot more effective than normal. Time passes and we arrive at Bulma's birthday party. Goku is present this time and he's not with King Kai, and everyone is having a good time at the party. And actually, Lapis is present this time too. Like I said, he's been a little bit more involved with the group over these past few years, and isn't as disconnected as he was before. I mean, Lazuli and Krillin are always around, and they want him to join in sometimes, and he does whenever 16 can take care of the island for him. It's nice to have 16 there with him, as Lapis and his family can go on these cruises and stuff that he's always wanted to do. And it's a win for 16 too because, well, he's doing what he loves, protecting animals. Out of nowhere though, Goku and Vegeta get a message from King Kai, warning them about Beerus' arrival on Earth. Whis made sure that he would destroy Buu's egg first, which he does right away, but soon after that, he's already pursuing the Super Saiyan God that he saw in his dreams. He ends up arriving at the party with Whis, and the encounter is actually somewhat smooth. Beerus and Whis have a great time, especially because of the food, and there's no pudding incident due to the absence of Boo. Beerus is pretty impressed with this planet, but he reminds everyone why he's actually here. He's here for a fight. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Cell all attempt to fight him individually, but no one can even leave a scratch on him. He's getting a bit disappointed, but then the idea of asking Shenron comes up, and the dragon is summoned so everyone can learn about the ritual. The ritual is attempted, and it doesn't work, but then they realize they need one more Saiyan. Not an issue. Cell joins in, and due to him being part Saiyan, it actually ends up working. Videl didn't even have to reveal that she was pregnant, not that it really matters. The ritual happens, and they decide to give the form to Goku, who is the current strongest pure Saiyan. Everyone is amazed at the power he has now, and his fight with Beerus commences. It's a lot more friendly this time, as Beerus doesn't have the malice towards Earth that he had originally. He's glad to have found Goku in this planet, and tells Goku that he wants to see more of him as he could be a potential rival. And on top of that, he saw how powerful Vegeta had gotten, and also that adult half-Saiyan that is Goku's son or something, he seems pretty strong. And that android guy, who's blue for some reason, he seems like he's also pretty strong. At least, that's what Beerus could gather from fighting these guys very briefly. He feels that they could potentially be stronger in the future as well, but is mainly focused on Goku, who's already gotten the Super Saiyan God form. This planet Earth is pretty interesting. The two Saiyans, that one half-Saiyan, that one blue android he fought, and even those two twin androids that apparently have infinite stamina, this place is both fascinating and weird, and the food's pretty great too. Over the next period of time, Goku and Vegeta end up training with Beerus, and since Cell has nothing else to really do, he joins as well. Goku and Cell of course ask Gohan to come, but he can't just leave Earth like that now that he has a family. He promises to keep up with his training though, or at least try to. Remember that one What If I Did where Cell became golden and got Kaioken? Just like I said before, yeah, don't worry about it. Hindsight is 2020 and I realize how terrible that was, so I'm not going to be doing something like that here. But I will say that in training, Cell gets access to God Ki. No new transformation though, he doesn't turn red, golden, purple, whatever. But you know, if he turned purple I might be able to bring Incredicell into the story. Imagine if I actually did that. But yeah, no new transformation. He gets an exceptional boost in power though, and of course, Vegeta unlocks Super Saiyan God as well, with he and Goku also accessing Super Saiyan Blue eventually. However, while Cell doesn't get a golden form, which frankly I'm glad that I don't have to introduce Golden Cell again, someone else is on the verge of getting their own golden form. One day, Gohan and Piccolo are able to sense some strange powers arriving to Earth, and not long after, they can also tell that someone's using the Dragon Balls once the sky turns black. What was that? Little do they know, Frieza is being revived. This part goes pretty much as it does normally. Frieza's revived, he begins training for 4 months, and then he ends up accessing his golden form. He's pretty intrigued to see what training can actually do for him, even though he hasn't done so in a day in his life. With just 4 months, he was able to do that, which is pretty amazing. But not wanting to train any longer, Frieza decides to head to Earth. And safe to say, it doesn't really go well for him. First, the Z-Fighters are up against the Frieza Force, once again with Lapis joining in, including Lazuli too. With Lapis around more, Lazuli also does a lot more training too, especially with Krillin. So she and Krillin don't really fall as far behind as they did before. It's not like they're exceptionally stronger though, it's just something that's worth pointing out. The strongest one there right now is Gohan, but remember in this timeline, Gohan only has access to Super Saiyan 2. But by default, he's already better off in this story than he was in Resurrection F, because he actually did kind of keep up with his training, and he could use Super Saiyan 2 this time with no problems, and of course Super Saiyan. None of that nonsense before where he could barely use Super Saiyan. However, even though the group can take care of the Frieza Force pretty easily, they don't really stand a chance against Frieza. The only ones with any chance of getting close to Frieza are Gohan and Lapis, but they can't really do that much once he goes into his final form. Together, the two of them are actually able to keep up with Frieza in his final form, but not much past that. Once Frieza goes golden, yeah, they're pretty much screwed. Oh wait, maybe not. Having sensed the powers on Earth and the distress signal, Goku teleports in with Vegeta and Cell, and they begin to take on Frieza. Well, it's not even really that much of a fight. The three of them do rock, paper, scissors to see who can go first, and Cell's actually the one to win the contest and go up against Frieza. It's kinda interesting for him. Realizing that he was once part Frieza, and pretty much as evil as him, it's kinda weird fighting him now. But knowing all about Frieza and what he's like, Cell doesn't want to take any chances. While Goku probably wouldn't even kill Frieza, and Vegeta would probably hesitate against him, Cell doesn't do either of these. He actually finishes the job and gets it done. Being a much smarter fighter, yeah, he doesn't want to take the risk of having Frieza running around again. And you may be wondering, why is Cell strong enough to take on Frieza anyways? Well, even though he's not getting any new transformations, given the way that he's built with his DNA and such, he gets a lot bigger boosts when training when compared to Goku and Vegeta. The makeup of his DNA really helps him. He has part of Goku and Vegeta's DNA, and also has a little bit of Gohan and Trunks in there, so he has all the potential of the Saiyans and the Half Saiyans. And while the bad parts of Frieza and King Cold were removed, like the personality, the good parts of their biology, like the parts that allow them to survive in space and that let them become really strong, yeah, those ones are kept in. So yeah, just because of that, his training allowed him to keep up with Goku and Vegeta, even though he doesn't have a new form, only God Ki. Resurrection F goes a lot smoother than normal. No blowing up Earth, no time reversal, none of that. However, Universe 7 is about to face another challenge, that being Universe 6. Champa goes to Beerus' planet, and they decide to have a tournament, and of course, Goku, Vegeta, and Cell are on the team right away, and they need to find 2 more members. Piccolo is chosen right away because he's available and strong, but as for the 5th fighter, well, they're not really sure. They would have gone for Gohan right away, but seems like he's busy. I mean, if worse comes to worse, they could just try and convince him even further and get him to move his schedule around a bit, but they decide to look for someone else right now, and they find an unlikely candidate, Lapis. Yeah, Lapis is showing up a lot more in this scenario, and he's often there to help out. Given that he has 16 to protect his island whenever he's gone, he's fine with leaving, and you know, if he can't protect Earth and Earth gets destroyed, then there's no island to protect, so really the top priority is Earth itself. So now Universe 7 has a new team, Goku, Vegeta, Cell, Piccolo, and Lapis. They head off to the unknown planet, and the tournament is about to begin. That's where we'll leave off for right now. How do you think the fight against Universe 6 will go? With Cell and Lapis there, how will they perform? And considering how a lot of characters have changed in this scenario, what will happen to them in the future? Leave your thoughts and suggestions below in the comments, I'll be sure to read them. And as always, if you liked the video, remember to drop a like, and subscribe if you haven't already, as well as hitting the bell icon for notifications about future parts of this What If, or any other videos on the channel that I make. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.